Have you ever found yourself unable to shake someone from your mind, no matter how hard you try? Maybe it's an old lover whose memory still lingers, a childhood friend who feels like a ghost haunting your thoughts, or even a stranger whose fleeting presence left an indelible mark. You tell yourself it's nostalgia, obsession, or maybe unresolved feelings. But what if there's something far deeper at play? What if the reason they occupy such a persistent corner of your mind has nothing to do with them and everything to do with you? Carl Jung, one of history's most profound thinkers, reveals that these lingering thoughts are not random. They're messages from your unconscious, urging you to confront hidden truths about yourself. Today, we'll unravel why this person won't leave your mind and discover how their presence might hold the key to understanding who you truly are. To understand why this person occupies such an unshakable place in your thoughts, we must first explore the labyrinth of the human psyche, a realm where logic falters and symbolism reigns supreme. At its core lies the unconscious mind, a vast reservoir of emotions, memories, and desires that operate beneath the surface of awareness. It speaks not through words, but through symbols, dreams, and projections. When someone haunts your thoughts, they are often acting as a vessel for these unconscious messages, delivering truths your conscious self may not yet be ready to confront. Central to this exploration is Carl Jung's concept of archetypes, universal patterns embedded deep within the collective unconscious. These archetypes shape how we perceive others and ourselves. For instance, the lover archetype embodies passion and connection, while the shadow represents repressed fears and desires. When someone dominates your thoughts, they often embody one or more of these archetypes, serving as mirrors reflecting qualities within yourself that you either admire, fear, or suppress. Consider the notion of projection, another cornerstone of Jungian psychology. Projection occurs when we attribute qualities from our unconscious onto others. If you find yourself obsessing over someone, ask yourself, what do they represent? Do they symbolize freedom, creativity, or strength, qualities you wish to cultivate in your life? Or do they trigger feelings of inadequacy, reminding you of aspects of yourself you'd rather ignore? By examining these questions, you begin to unravel the intricate web of your unconscious mind. The interplay between the anima and animus, the inner feminine and masculine energies, is also critical. In every person, regardless of gender, exists a balance of these energies. When someone captivates your thoughts, they might be embodying the anima or animus within you. A man might project his anima onto a woman who seems nurturing and intuitive, while a woman might project her animus onto a man who appears assertive and logical. These projections aren't random. They reveal unacknowledged facets of your personality striving for recognition. Finally, there's the shadow, the part of the psyche housing everything we've repressed: fears, desires, shame, anger. The shadow operates outside of conscious awareness, yet its influence permeates our thoughts and behaviors. When someone captivates your mind, they might be acting as a vessel for your shadow, forcing you to confront what you've tried so hard to bury. Perhaps their confidence reminds you of your own timidity, or their unpredictability stirs up anxieties about vulnerability. Whatever the case, the shadow refuses to stay hidden indefinitely. Its emergence disrupts your peace, demanding acknowledgement and reconciliation. All of these elements converge to create a complex tapestry of meaning behind why someone occupies your thoughts. Far from being random, their presence is purposeful, a signal from your unconscious urging you to explore hidden truths. As we delve further into these concepts, keep in mind that the answers lie not in external circumstances, but in the depths of your own psyche. The person haunting your mind is not the destination. They are the map leading you towards self-discovery. The tension arises when you realize that your fixation on this person isn't driven by logic or reason. It's fueled by forces operating below the surface of your awareness. Your conscious mind insists that you're obsessed with them because of who they are, their charm, their kindness, their magnetism. But beneath this veneer of explanation simmers a chaotic undercurrent of unresolved emotions, unmet needs, and fragmented aspects of your identity yearning for integration. This internal conflict creates a psychological tug-of-war, leaving you caught between moving forward and being pulled back into the orbit of someone who no longer exists in your present reality. What makes this struggle so insidious is its invisibility. You can't see the unconscious forces at play. All you feel is the weight of their influence. Why does thinking about them bring both comfort and pain? Why do memories of them feel more vivid than moments from yesterday? These questions gnaw at you, yet answers remain elusive. The harder you try to suppress these thoughts, the more stubbornly they resurface, like waves crashing against a shoreline. It's as if your mind has declared war on itself, a battle where neither side seems willing to surrender. Complicating matters further is the role of projection. When you project qualities onto someone else, you externalize parts of yourself that you haven't fully accepted. If this person represents freedom, creativity, or strength, qualities you admire but struggle to embody, you may idealize them to an unhealthy degree. Conversely, if they symbolize fear, inadequacy, or rejection, you might vilify them, unable to recognize how those traits mirror your own insecurities. Either way, the result is distortion. Instead of seeing them clearly, you see only fragments of your psyche refracted through their image. This distortion amplifies the emotional charge, making it nearly impossible to disentangle fact from fiction. Another layer of the conflict arises from societal conditioning. From a young age, we're taught to value external relationships over internal exploration. Love songs, romantic films, and cultural narratives glorify attachment, often portraying obsession as a sign of depth or devotion. As a result, when someone dominates your thoughts, you may mistake it for proof of profound connection rather than evidence of inner imbalance. This misunderstanding traps you in a cycle of longing, reinforcing the belief that happiness lies outside yourself rather than within. And then there's the shadow, the part of your psyche housing everything you've repressed: fears, desires, shame, anger. The person haunting your mind could very well be acting as a vessel for your shadow, forcing you to confront what you've tried so hard to bury. Perhaps their confidence reminds you of your own timidity, or maybe their unpredictability stirs up anxieties about control and vulnerability. Whatever the case, the shadow refuses to stay hidden indefinitely. Its emergence disrupts your peace, demanding acknowledgement and reconciliation. All of these factors converge to create a perfect storm, a relentless loop of thought and emotion that feels inescapable. The more you resist, the tighter the grip becomes. And while logic tells you to let go, your unconscious whispers something different. There's something here you need to understand. Until you decipher that message, until you face the truth behind your fixation, the conflict will persist, keeping you tethered to someone whose real significance lies not in their existence, but in what they reveal about you. The breakthrough comes when you realize the person haunting your thoughts isn't just a memory or an emotion. They are a messenger. They carry fragments of your unconscious self, pieces you've neglected, suppressed, or misunderstood. This is the profound revelation. Their persistence in your mind isn't about them at all. It's about what they symbolize for you. Carl Jung would call this phenomenon psychological projection, but it runs deeper than mere reflection. It's a call to action from your psyche, urging you to confront and integrate these disowned parts of yourself. What does this mean? Imagine standing before a mirror that distorts your image, not because the mirror is flawed, but because you've refused to look at certain angles. The person occupying your thoughts is that mirror. If they embody qualities like courage, passion, or resilience, they're showing you untapped potential within yourself. If they trigger feelings of inadequacy, frustration, or fear, they're highlighting wounds or insecurities that need healing. In either case, their presence isn't random, it's purposeful. Your unconscious has chosen them as a vessel to deliver truths you might otherwise ignore. Take a step further into Jung's framework of archetypes. These universal symbols shape how we perceive others and ourselves. When someone lingers in your mind, they often represent one or more archetypal energies. Perhaps the lover, who embodies connection and intimacy, the hero, who stands for strength and perseverance, or even the shadow, who reveals our darkest fears. By identifying which archetype resonates most with this person, you begin to decode the message your unconscious is sending. Are you yearning for love, craving adventure, or wrestling with hidden fears? The answer lies in understanding the symbolic role they play in your inner world. Now consider the anima and animus, the feminine and masculine energies within each of us. If this person captivates you, they may be embodying aspects of your anima or animus that you've yet to embrace. A man fixated on a woman might project his anima onto her, seeing her as nurturing, intuitive, or creative, qualities he needs to cultivate within himself. Similarly, a woman obsessed with a man might see him as assertive, logical, or protective, mirroring her unacknowledged animus. Recognizing this dynamic allows you to reclaim those fragmented energies, fostering balance and wholeness. But the ultimate insight goes beyond symbolism. It's about transformation. Jung called this process individuation, becoming whole by integrating the disparate parts of your psyche. That person who won't leave your mind could be guiding you toward this journey. Their lingering presence serves as a catalyst, pushing you to confront unresolved emotions, buried talents, or unhealed wounds. Perhaps the ex-lover you can't forget taught you vulnerability, a lesson your conscious self resisted, but your unconscious craved. Or maybe the stranger who fascinates you embodies ambition, inspiring you to pursue goals you've long abandoned. Each thought, each memory, is a thread pulling you closer to understanding your authentic self. This revelation flips the narrative entirely. Instead of viewing your fixation as a burden or a sign of weakness, you come to see it as an opportunity, an invitation to grow. The pain and confusion you felt aren't meaningless. They're signals from your unconscious, guiding you toward integration. Every relationship, real or imagined, carries lessons meant to shape you. And now, armed with this knowledge, you hold the power to transform obsession into awareness, longing into growth, and projection into self-discovery. The key lies in shifting your perspective. Rather than asking, "Why can't I stop thinking about them?" Ask, "What part of me are they helping me uncover?" This simple reframing unlocks a new level of clarity. You begin to see that the intensity of your thoughts isn't a curse, it's a gift. A gift wrapped in layers of complexity, yes, but one that holds the potential for profound change. As you peel back those layers, you'll find not only answers but also a deeper connection to yourself. The person who once seemed like an enigma now becomes a guide leading you not outward, but inward, toward the treasure buried within your soul.